Good morning. I'm gonna give you a little bit of a garden tour in this video and focus on greens, how to grow your own greens. I did a little soapboxing last week and I got all intense about how we don't even grow our own greens. So I'm gonna show you how to grow your own greens. All right, here we go. So I've been experimenting with different containers. You can see in the foreground here, you've got some cardboard boxes. I was doing those for kind of an urban ag experiment to see, how I could grow food with minimal inputs and minimal investment. Thereby just like limiting overhead and basically making a free startup operation kind of business model. But they're not so pretty. And then, but they do work. You can see, you've got lettuce there, you've got some basil, and it's not hurting. It looks just as good as the other ones. Maybe even a little bit better because there's a little more room. And maybe it breathes a little better, maybe it's more permeable to the soil. So, might be onto something here. So, in the background there, you can see pots, just, what are they, 1 gallon, little 1 gallon pots, and then a whole row. The sun only lasts for about 2 hours in the winter here, and it hits right there before it gets blocked off by the building up there. So check this out. I'm going to bring you a little closer. There's lettuce. This is black-seeded Simpson lettuce. I acquired this seed maybe 3 years ago. I grew it out to seed. It's gone through a couple generations. It's doing fine. It's an heirloom, open pollinated. It's great, really sweet. Great winter lettuce around here, and somewhat heat tolerant. And then you've got basil. I just bought this, and I wanted to just eat it. It's Thai basil, authentic Thai basil, and I'm really into pho, the Vietnamese soup. This stuff is amazing. I think it's probably saved my life more than once. Seriously. I eat it whenever I'm starting to feel a little bit sick, and it just kind of knocks the cold out or flu or whatever. You got beets. These are bull's blood beets grown specifically for the leaves, not for the root. They grow great leaves. They're very dark, very rich, pretty sweet. They haven't grown very quickly here. They need to grow quickly to get ahead of the snails and slugs. You can see some damage here, which isn't so bad, but I've got other plants that just didn't even make it because they have to grow. These are really fast-growing plants. That's why they've been adopted over the millennia, really, over the centuries. People have chosen them because they grow very quickly, and they can be relied on for a source of food as long as they have adequate sun, nutrients, water. The environment that they need to live to their full potential. So here they don't quite have that, and they're doing okay, and I have to avoid fertilizing too much because if you don't get enough sun, especially with lettuce, and you over fertilize and they have too much nitrogen, you can actually hurt yourself by having an excess of nitrogen. You can have too many nitrates in your lettuce, and it's just like you're eating a whole bunch of processed meat with nitrates in it, and your body really doesn't like that. It's not good for you. So I've been really mindful to not over fertilize all of these pots. I've just been using a little bit of cow manure, steer manure, and it's already composted steer manure, so it's pretty moderate. So let's see, what else we got here? Thyme. I bought this just kind of as a mother stock so that I could propagate it, spread it out. And what I've done is this was one plant, and I just planted it deeply, and now it'll turn into 1, 2, 3, 4 plants for sure, maybe 5, and I just keep on. It drops down, over the weeks and months. the soil level drops down because it's got so much organic matter in the soil. You have to use a lot of organic matter in the soil when you're using pots, just because it helps with the drainage and water retention, you know, two sides of the spectrum there, and nutrient exchange, and it just makes it a good environment for the roots down there. But it cooks out, it oxidizes, and it literally turns to carbon dioxide, whereas the plants that made the organic matter, they fixed the carbon dioxide out of the air using the solar energy in a process called photosynthesis. And it just happens in the reverse. When you have all that organic matter built up and you put it in these pots to enrich the soil, it gets cooked out, it oxidizes. And it's just a natural process, it's a cycle. And so it cooks out, and the soil level drops down, and then I fill it back up, and